Chels here with Hot 97. We have a special guest here today. Some may know him as Cousin Skeeter, and now he is stripping in movies. Chocolate City.
How's it going, everybody?
Robert Ri'chard, how are you?
What's going on, world? How y'all doing? What's up, everybody? It's Double R's Robert Ri'chard. Hi, love.
Hi.
You look amazing.
Thank you. You look great. So now, like, you growing up and being a child star and transitioning into, you know, a man, how are you able to stay out of the public eye? Because, I mean, some of your peers, they kind of went a little crazy. They went left side.
Yeah, for sure. No, I think that, you know, one, I definitely carry like my family's name, so it's important that I represent, you know, the culture that I'm a part of. I'm an African American male, and you know, I got some French background, but to represent my family, so I've really did a point of just like letting the work sort of lead everything else as opposed to just the noise. So you haven't seen me like in the tabloids or on the news or getting arrested.
You haven't at all.
Nothing like that. Shout out to Shia LaBeouf, you know what I'm saying? Still a gangster. But yeah, so, and I really did that because I wanted to do all the work that I did before and then kind of have this new wave, which is where I am now, is that like, okay, we've seen Rob's work in the past. Yeah. Now Rob's a different beast. Same animal, different beast. Yeah. You know, and this is the next chapter of my career.
That's great. How did you get into acting? I'm sure you get that question all the time.
Yeah, you know, like people say never forget where you came from. So I was in California being a bad kid, running the streets. And I was involved in like gang life and being in trouble. And one day I was just outnumbered by a bunch of gangbangers, and I ran to a random building.
That's crazy.
And the building was an acting school, and I was just in there stalling because I was outnumbered. So, and then I ended up filling out an application, wasting time, and then the rest is history, I guess.
Everything happens for a reason. Are you still a hothead? Like, do you still get into trouble at all?
You know what, though? Shout out to all the gangsters.
Do you have a bad temper?
Shout out to all the gangsters out there. They say never forget where you came from. You know what I'm saying? Never forget where you came from. So I keep my rag on me or whatever. But yeah, no, I mean, now it's just trying to take all that energy that I had, which was used in a destructive way, and putting it in a constructive way. Yeah. So I took all that and pretty much put it into my craft and into the gym, and here's where I am today.
How are you able to navigate around criticism? Are you good with that? Do you take criticism pretty well?
Yeah, criticism. I mean, I always try and be the best, you know, and putting up big numbers. You know, I'm an Emmy Award-winning actor, so there's a certain level of confidence that I have that what I do, I'm accomplished in. And I'm just a down-to-earth kind of guy. Like, to me, it's just like being a doctor, or just like being, you know, a firefighter. Like, you're going to get criticism if you don't put a building out, you know, before the whole thing burns down. Yeah. But you're like, listen, I try to keep that sucker as wet as possible. So that's kind of how I approach it.
Now, are you ever insecure going into any type of films? I mean, Chocolate City, that was a little different.
Yeah, it was.
Did you take any dancing classes before that at all?
No, I thought that I shouldn't. I thought that it was important that since my character was an amateur and never had done that before, that I kind of approached it the same way. So it's funny how like relationships do matter. So a producer on the film, they had gotten rid of the previous actor in my role, and then they said, hey, Robert Ri'chard would be great for this film. And they called me, and I was like, well, I'm on another film right now, but let's see if we can figure it out. And then we did, and then they had Tyson on, and Vivica, and Carmen Electra, and Genuine did a cameo, and Akon was producing it, and this is a really star-studded cast. And I said, you know, this is kind of like God giving me a second chance, because in the past, there's this other movie that came across my doorstep, and they were like, yeah, it's like a dance movie. It's like stomping and all this stuff, and like, I'm like, stomping? I'm like, you mean like
stomping? What do you mean stuff? Stomping?
And then it was Stomp the Yard.
Oh, you see?
And
so
I
you missed an opportunity.
And I missed the boat. So I said, God, I said, if you ever give me another opportunity like that, I'm not going to miss it. I'm not going to miss it. So they called me like 2 o'clock in the morning. And they're like, do you want to do the stripper movie? I was like, stripper? I was like, yeah, I'll be there. So I started the next day pretty much.
Now take me through your thoughts that day, the first day of you dancing in front of a bunch of women.
Well, it's funny.
What was that like?
It's funny because, like, well, one, you know, I'm a guy, so being in front of like a bunch of women, I guess at first might seem intimidating until you're up on stage, and then you're like, oh, this is all for me. This is all
it's
for
like
me. A buffet.
Let me just shake my butt in front of everybody.
This is a buffet. No, but like literally the first day on set. So I got cast on a Friday night, went to rehearsal on Saturday. we're shooting a Sunday, and my first scene, I'm in my underwear. It's me and Michael Jai White, and I'm in my underwear backstage, and he's putting the cowboy hat on me. And I was like, this is the movie that I'm in right now. I'm just going to be in my underwear the entire time. But it's kind of like, Tom Cruise did it in Risky Business, and so many actors have been like in their underwear scene. So this is just my inauguration, I guess.
So what do you think about the opportunity in Hollywood for African Americans?
Yeah, I think it's growing now. And we saw Viola Davis win the Emmy Award for How to Get Away with Murder, and Empire's a juggernaut right now. And they're making more, African-American story-driven projects now. And this is really important that we support and that we get all of our friends to support. Mm-hmm. So, like, everybody's a fan of Tom Brady, right? Yeah. But you need to have that same thing for all the African-American actors, too, where, like, blacks love us, Latinos love us, whites love us, Asians love it, you know what I mean?
Do you ever get frustrated yourself, able that there's not that many roles?
I don't really get too frustrated because I understand that, honestly, that God has a journey for me and for all of us. So I know that just beating down the door is actually part of it. And when you look at somebody like Martin Luther King, he's not as important if the struggle wasn't as hard, right? So like now we have somebody that we glorify on a national level. He's got a holiday, everyone knows who he is. He's got a street in every single city. Yeah. And it's really the fact that he didn't say no and that he did have a vision and vocalize that vision is why we care so much. Yeah. And so if that's part of my journey, then I'm cool with that.
Then it's part of it.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm an athlete at heart, so all I know is hard work.
Do you play any sports? Have you ever played any sports?
I'm a big baseball player.
You're a big baseball player. Yeah. Did you play ever on a team?
I played in high school, and I could have played in college, but I ended up kind of focusing more on some other scholastic stuff, and then I got on one-on-one, and so I ended up leaving school.
Okay.
But a lot of my friends who are athletes, end up playing, semi-pro or pro or whatever. So
that's awesome. I mean, I don't really like baseball, but it's fine.
It's America's favorite pastime. How do you not like baseball?
I like football and hockey.
No,
and soccer.
Baseball, especially baseball in the playoffs, like the Royals.
I mean, the Mets, awesome, great, because I'm from Queens. But I can't sit through a whole game. Just can't.
You know what it is though? It's so baseball is a sport that if you're watching it, it's about the time you're spending with the person you love. Right, so it's really more about. All right,
you see, now you're getting too.
No. But listen, it's really about listening. We're gonna go out and see this game, but we're gonna talk all day. It's like better than golf, but.
Are you kidding?
Yeah. But seriously, that's how I feel about baseball.
So, do you relate a lot of sports and athletics to just your personal life?
I think so. Yeah, I think just being like in LA, your rite of passage to not get in trouble is sports. And that's just kind of how
it's like that everywhere though.
Yeah, it really is, right? It's like, okay, are you a gangbanger or are you an athlete? And the athletes kind of get a pass. And so I think that I identify it with sports as a way to kind of like keep myself somewhat out of trouble. But it's the common denominator for everybody. Everyone understands like hard work, games, success.
I tell that to everyone though, even parents. Like I always tell them, put your child on a team because it shows them discipline at the end of the day. It shows them guidance. Just being around other kids, it's just so much better for them.
Absolutely, for sure. I'm a big advocate for kids getting involved in sports activity.
So talking about kids.
Yeah. Talking about kids.
Well, when are you planning to have kids? Your dating life, Vivica Fox.
She's gorgeous. Shout out to Vivica. Hey, babe, how you doing? Mwah, mwah, miss you. Yeah, no.
How's that going?
Vivica's gorgeous. I love her. Yeah, as far as just, women go, I think that you guys are queens, and
you're just trying to swerve around my whole question.
No, but I gotta continue to build my kingdom so that I can be like, listen, when I get down on one knee for a woman, I'm like, I want you to be a part of all this.
Yeah.
And so right now I'm sort of staying focused and continuing to ascend. And in the meantime, I'm opening doors for.
So you're not dating anyone? Absolutely not.
I thought you and I were gonna go out on a date.
Oh, that is funny.
How taking it? You don't have a ring on your finger. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
It's government status. Either you're married, single, widowed, or divorced. And right now, you're either
oh
either somebody 6 feet under, or you single and you wide open.
All right, let's move forward. Man in 3V.
Yeah, it's another psychological thriller whodunit, and I play a very multifaceted character, and there's a lot of things that come up in the middle of the movie that are like, whoa, that's fucking intense.
No, I know. I saw the trailer and I was just like, this thing is all over the place. I was like, what is going on right now?
Yeah, for sure. And you know, it's a project that was definitely a challenge for me, and kind of have that. We all understand the moment that we get aggressive because we're passionate about something, and to play a character that gets very passionate about something and then kind of explodes, that's something that I wanted to do, just to kind of have that in my library. So yeah, go out and support the film.
Go check out the movie, Man in 3B.
Go see the Man in 3B.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go check it out tonight. Wait, so where can the people find you?
Yeah, so I'm pretty much gonna start my handle today.
Okay.
So it's gonna be @HighwayFit, and that's my social initiative. So
wait, sorry to cut you off. You're a thirst trap on Instagram. All your pictures without a shirt.
I know, but that's not me, though.
What is going on?
It's crazy because that's not me, and everyone knows that it's not me. Like, all my fans are like, that's not Rob, because I know Rob moves like a crook, and he's always everywhere, and there's, like, no photos.
No, I just don't understand. I was like, wait a second. He's just trying to set up people.
No, like, some person just thought it would be, I guess, great to set up a Instagram account that, to me, I guess, is a glorified fan page, but they're trying to say that it's me.
Oh, so you don't have an Instagram
No,
page?
I don't. I'm going to start one, like, today.
All right, guys, everyone.
I'm going to start one today.
He doesn't have an Instagram page.
But I'm going to start one today, though.
All right, well, yeah.
We'll take a picture together. We'll take a picture together, and then that'll be the first picture.
Thank you.
6 and the Man 3B's in theaters. Check your local listing, and also go to theman3b.com. That's theman3b.com.
All right, guys, check out the movie. See you guys later.
Love y'all. God bless.